Okay, today is the second day of notes in the 7.1 section. So we have to look at another property. This one is called power of a power. So you are raising an exponent to another exponent. So for the definition, if you have a variable raised to a power and you're raising it to another power, then you multiply those exponents together. So multiply exponents. So for an example, if I have x to the sixth and I raise it to the power of 4, then I'm going to take 6 times 4 and get x to the 24th. Okay, so for this first example, you have 2 to the third, raised to the third, raised to the second. So if you can see, this is a power of a power of a power because you're raising all of the exponents to another exponent. So all you are going to do is multiply those exponents together. So what is 3 times 3 times 2? You would end up getting 2 to the 18th. Okay, this next example, you have 4 squared raised to the second power raised to the third power. So same thing, you are going to multiply the exponents together. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. Okay, another property is a power of a product. So if you break apart this definition, a power is an exponent, and a product is the answer to a multiplication equation. So for the definition, you have A times B. This is the product part, and you're raising it to a power. So you are basically going to distribute that M to each of the ones of the products. So you would have A to the M and B to the M. So for an example, if we had 2xy squared, and I'm raising it to the third power, this is a power of a product. So basically what you're doing is you are distributing this 3 to each one of those terms. So you would end up doing 2 to the third. Then you would do, when you do these exponents, you're going to multiply because this is a power of a power. This is what we just did. So it would be x to the third. And then the y's would be y to the sixth. Now to simplify this down, you can actually do 2 to the third. It's 2 times 2 times 2, which would be 8. X to the third, y to the sixth. Okay, so this one, it says find the volume of a cube with the side length of 5xyz. So the formula for volume is the side to the third power. So we're going to substitute the 5xyz into this s and raise it to the third power. So this is a power of a product. So we are basically going to distribute that 3 to each term. So you are going to do 5 to the third, and then you're going to multiply these exponents. Every one of these exponents have a 1. So it'd be x to the third, y to the third, z to the third. And then 5 to the third is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. Okay. This, same thing. We just now have a picture. So we're looking for the volume of a cube. So if you have 2pq and you are multiplying it by each one, so you're taking it to the third power, you're going to distribute that 3. So you're going to do 2 to the third, p to the third, q to the third. And 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Okay, so this time we're kind of putting all of the properties together, and we're going to simplify the expressions. So to make sure that they're simplified as much as possible, each variable base only appears once. There are no powers of powers left, and all fractions are in simplest form. So basically, we're just simplifying these down as much as we can. So if we take a look at this example, you can see we've got brackets, we've got parentheses, we've got power of a power. So this is what I'm going to tell you to do. Work with this first, then work with this one, and then put them together. So if we take a look at the first example with the bracket, here when we have the power to a power, the 2 times 2, you can actually put those together. So you would have 8 g to the third, h to the fourth, and you're raising it to a power of 4. Now you have a product of a power, or power of a product. So you're going to distribute that 4 to each term. And if it might help you to draw these lines. So you would have 8 to the fourth. Now remember, you're multiplying these exponents. When it's power of a power, you multiply. So g to the 12th, h to the 16th. Okay, now we're ready to go to the other one. This is a power of a product. So if I rewrite that just to follow along with this, you are distributing that 4. So it'd be 2 to the fourth, g to the fourth, h to the 20th. Now, 8 to the fourth power is 4,096. And 2 to the fourth is 16. Okay, now we still aren't finished yet because we have variables that are the same. So this now is the first thing we did from the last video. This is where you want to add the exponents. So I'll put add exponents over here. But since you still have this 4,096 and the 16, you want to multiply those together. And you get 65,536. And then add the exponents. What's 12 plus 4? 16. 16 plus 20 is 36. So now you are finished with the problem. Okay, let's go ahead and do another one. Same exact thing. We're going to look at this part first and then look at this part second. So this is a power of a power. So we can multiply the 2 and the 3 together to simplify it. So I have 2c squared d to the third. And then 2 times 3 is 6. And then if I rewrite the other one. Okay, so now for each one of these, I have a power of a product. You want to distribute the 6 and distribute the 3. So you'd have 2 to the 6th, and then remember, we're multiplying these exponents. So c to the 12th, d to the 18th. And then over here, distribute the 3. So you have 3 to the 3rd, c to the 15th, d to the 6th. 2 to the 6th power is 64. And 3 to the 3rd is 27. So now you want to take the 64 times the 27 and get 1728. And then here we are multiplying. So you want to add the exponents. So 12 plus 15 is 27. 18 plus 6 is 24. Okay, so now your next homework assignment is page 5 and 6, odds.